Let's pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome all of our guests, including Brett Kenneth and Fred Carter. Haven't seen you for a while. And have the roll call, please.
Mark Mills,
Here.
Larry Mosier,
Here.
Joe Stevens,
Here.
Mike Nichols, Isaac Chavez, Joseph Bookwalter,
Here.
Chris Alba.
Here.
Okay, first item agenda is the minutes from our last meeting, which was a couple weeks ago, July 22nd. And let's see, I think everybody was here, so we can all, no, everybody, Chris was here,
Oh.
so.
Yeah, I was not here.
Make a motion would be approved as written.
Second.
Okay, roll call in the minutes, please.
Mark Mills,
Yes.
Larry Mosier,
Yeah.
Joe Stevens,
Here.
Joseph Bookwalter,
Yes.
Chris Alba.
Abstain.
Okay, we have one item on the agenda, RISI 7th edition, amendments to the construction plans. I'll turn it over to Liz to update us all.
Yeah, thank you. So I think you're all familiar with RISI 7th as it came through with its secondary a few years ago. And in basic summary, construction started on some of the houses out there and they were placed at an incorrect elevation versus what was approved. We dropped some stop work orders. There were some other issues that were discovered. We've been through a process over the last several months of working through those with the developer that bought the lots and with other city entities such as utilities. And what we've come down to is we've got everything resolved except for the elevations in a central mailbox location. So I'm going to address those one at a time. The first item, the elevations. In this particular case, once it was looked at, the feeling was from the county surveyor that the change, the difference between where they've placed the foundations and where they should have been placed will not negatively affect drainage. And the developer has provided profiles showing that despite the location in which these were placed and the degree to which they vary from the originally approved elevations, the street infrastructure and sidewalks will still be able to go in at proper grades without issue, and the grades from the house to the street will not be so excessive as to be dangerous for a vehicle to park on, et cetera, et cetera. So they have provided a survey showing new elevations that they would like approved for the lots that are already under construction that we stopped work on that have foundations poured. So in those cases, these elevations match where those were set. And then there are 2 lots that they have that have not yet started construction. So they've provided where they would like those elevations to be changed to so that they'll be able to meet them and pass those inspections without any further issue, hopefully. Staff would support modifying this. This is part of the construction plans. So this doesn't require your full advertised public hearing, but it does require an action and a consideration. From a staff perspective, we would recommend accepting this since there is no safety reason or flooding reason to stand firm on the previously adopted elevations. I will note, while not an issue for the applicant, it just so happened that when the secondary plat was recorded for RISI, the elevations were recorded on it. So I've talked to Alicia, and assuming that this change is adopted by the Plan Commission, Alicia will prepare an affidavit to put in the recorder's office with the changed elevations so that if somebody were to pull that down the road, they would be able to see that the developer put them in.
And that way
at
we
the
don't have
approved
any
location.
future issues with the elevations that anybody
Yep.
would say, oh, this was done wrong or anything.
Yep,
That
we
way
see
it
it
would
on the
all
plat,
be all be taken care of in the future. So the goal is to try and eliminate any future problems so that this can be smooth sailing moving forward.
Yep. So the second item is the central mailbox. And the central mailbox, they submitted a site plan proposing to place this just outside of the road right-of-way on what is Lot 112, so that's the one on the inside of the curve at the northern end of RISI 7th. And this would be almost to the western property line, and it would be an easement of 7 foot by 7 foot in which to place that mailbox. So all of this was floated through the technical review committee. Well, nobody had any concerns about the elevations. There was a little bit of feedback on the mailbox. Everybody was good with the location. But the post office noted that they require the mailbox to face toward the street, so people would come and open it from the street side, not the other way around. And they require a sidewalk to be placed from the mailbox across the sidewalk that parallels the street to the curb so that mail delivery can get to and from, and it's accessible for that reason. And then Rob reviewed the ADA for the city. So ADA requires for a central mailbox in this location that, again, you have a path from the mailbox to the curb. That path needs to be 5 foot wide, and then you've got to have a crosswalk painted, and then on the opposite side from that sidewalk down to the curb, you have to have just a little tongue, for lack of a better word, so that people from both sides of the neighborhood who might need accessibility can get to their mailbox in a wheelchair or a walker or whatever their situation might be. So Alicia had sent this to National Homes, which is the current owner of all but one of these lots. Legal counsel, they had sent it to a National Homes representative, and they do not have any objection to agreeing to the conditions that will meet that, as well as the fact that the post office needs them to meet on site with them before they install this to verify the style and the placement is correct. And the post office actually sent, which we passed on to the applicant, their specs for these mailboxes, which Rob noted the design of the post office mailboxes is ADA compliant in terms of its height and arrangement. So there doesn't seem to be any conflict there. And obviously those two sets of concerns overlap each other, because if we have the path across, we're going to meet the post office's requirement as well. So staff would recommend that we approve the design and location for the central mailbox with the conditions that I believe Miranda had emailed on to you. And that the applicant was also emailed that they place this sidewalk and crosswalk in an ADA accessible manner, 5 foot wide, and that the mailbox face toward the street, and that they do meet with the post office as required before they actually do the install to make sure that everything is going to meet the post office's needs and there won't be any issue with mail delivery for the residents. I don't know if there's a representative here today, but from staff's perspective, these are the final two things. So if these
Liz, there is a representative here today. Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so he may be able to add or speak if he has anything to include in the presentations of the board. But from staff's perspective, we would support granting approval of these changes to the construction plans, and then being able to subsequently lift those stop work orders and get houses built, which is good for the owner developer. It's also good for the city. So
I'll also briefly note that this, as you all know, has a history that was kind of messy, and National Homes has been working diligently to try and rectify everything with the city and has been very cooperative and helpful. We've been able to resolve all of the issues that we've had, and I think that this should take care of everything so that hopefully we don't have any issues in the future. That was the goal with this whole conversation. So I also would hope that you all would support this, because there has been a lot of work both by the city and by National Homes to get this resolved.
And I also echo that, because I know this has been a long time project. It's in the city interest to really kind of get this wrapped up. And so this is not a public hearing, but are there any public comments? And if so, please come up and state your name for the record, because it is being recorded, if not broadcast.
Morning, everyone. Chris Drury on behalf of National Home Corporation. I have nothing further from a substantive standpoint. I just want to kind of echo the comments and the cooperation between the city and my client, and hopefully we can get everything sorted out and move forward. So I appreciate your time.
Okay, any discussion amongst the plan commission members? Or any questions of Liz?
The only issue I see with this is where the location of this mailbox is. Is there gonna be plenty of visibility for people driving while people are crossing the road to get their mail? There will
Yes.
be, okay. That was my concern when I seen it.
Yes, and the technical review committee did look at that and took that into account when they were evaluating.
it was sent to the street department, as well as, for ADA review, post office, utilities, went through to everybody.
Yep, it went through everybody.
Surveyor's office.
And they all
So-
approved, other than the things that Liz has cited that have been resolved or will be resolved with conditions.
Well, other than that, I'll make a motion to go ahead and accept this.
What should the wording of the motion be, though?
I would probably, unless Alicia has a change to it, I would probably just advise that we keep the motion simple. You just go, you're approving the changes to the approved construction plans with respect to the elevations on the lots and the central mailbox locations with the commitments required by the post office and ADA compliance
Fine with me.
as submitted.
We should have a copy of that information though in the official record. I
We-
would think so too.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. And the same info that was passed on to board members ahead. We've got the surveyed plan and then we've got the communication with the post office and
So we have a
Motion made as Liz explained it.
Second.
Any further discussion? If not, we'll have a roll call vote on the motion to approve it as explained.
Mark Mills,
Yes.
Larry Mosier,
Yes.
Joe Stevens,
Yeah,
Joseph Bookwalter,
Yes.
Chris Alba.
Yes.
so I'll cross-communicate with Alicia, but we'll be releasing those stop work orders here in the next 24 to 48 hours as soon as we get the paperwork ordered. And we'll make sure that you guys get written communication to that effect. So we'll get that sorted and then we'll get the affidavit filed on our end. That's not something that needs to be taken care of by the applicant. And then I'll make sure to call Gracie Balderas or have somebody else call her so she's also aware that she'll be able to move forward.
So is there any other business? I mentioned to Liz, is there any progress on the comprehensive plan that we should be updated on today or just wait till a later meeting?
The only thing since we spoke last was an initial communication did go out from Kimberly Black to steering committee members, I think yesterday, just giving everybody a heads up that they're getting ready to start calling meetings and that Phil is heading that communication up and we can expect to hear something. So, those are, I think did you get that email? Yes. Okay, so Mark, just check. If for some reason you didn't get it, please let me know or let Kim know, as it's probably just an oversight.
I did not check emails yesterday, so.
Yeah, no, perfect. But I expect that they'll actually be calling meetings soon. They're definitely laying the groundwork.
So is there anything else to discuss other than announcing next week's 2 weeks special meeting?
Yeah, we have a special meeting on the 19th at 5 p.m. To hear the secondary plat for Meadowbrook Phase 2, Section 2.
Is it 5 PM or 5:30?
It's 5 p.m.
It's 5 PM, okay, guys.
Yep.
Different than our regular
Because
time.
Miranda and I are selfish and would like to get done sooner. That's really where that.
Yeah, 4 o'clock is good for me too, but I know some, that would not probably work.
Yeah, we felt like that one should be in the evening though, because there's a lot of people that have followed the Meadowbrook process. We didn't feel like this was going to have a lot of public that wanted to follow the construction plans, but for that one, it is advertised to neighbors. And so we wanted to make sure it was still at a time that people who work could come and provide input if they wanted
And
to.
that is on Wednesday, the
19th.
19th, because I actually showed up yesterday, guys, for this meeting.
And I heard.
It's one of the 2 days we had voted on, and I had totally spaced it. My wife's out of town this week, so.
Better a day
Oh, her
early
fault.
than late.
Anyway, okay, any other discussion? If not, motion for adjournment.
so made.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.